there is anything truly consistent between different Dragon Ball games, even with the IP exploring new genres, it is that you are not really a Dragon Ball game until you have multiple different playable Gokus. And luckily for Gekishin Squadra, Dragon Ball's new MOBA game, that has become a reality with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. If you weren't aware yet, Season 1 of the game just dropped, making Super Saiyan 3 Goku playable, and we are still waiting on Gotenks and God of Destruction Toppo. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we might already have the best of these three characters in our hands, because Super Saiyan 3 Goku is unstoppable. In my first two games off camera with the character, I MVP'd flawlessly, and I went on Twitch to stream my first live games, but no, don't fight that. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. No way. No way. That didn't stop me from bringing you this video for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Gekishin Squadra experience. Getting into our first game, and this is the fit that we're rocking. I didn't get a lot of skins for this character. However, from the capsules that I did open, I do really like this skin. I do have to admit, man, I really thought I was going to be a free-to-play player, but that Game Pass, bro, I feel like I needed it, and I also feel like I needed to buy gems to be able to get this character and actually play him in a reasonable amount of time. So a little disappointing, but I am glad to say that this character is worth it because I love how he plays. Getting into the game, you can see we're doing our right click first, and that is our Super Kamehameha, a chargeable Kamehameha wave that allows us to redirect it as we are shooting it. And this thing goes for miles. I'm convinced that it goes until it just hits a wall. And we can use it for situations like this where we just charge up while we're approaching and ooh, okay, well, I mean, that wasn't the best application of it, but you can see that the other team, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, had the same idea, and I'm still able to use the long range of my Kamehameha to be able to get the Kai and the experience. The next skill that I get is the instant transmission, the big move that everybody saw in the trailer that they were so excited for. I was hoping to get it in time to help out Zamasu to finish off the other opponent characters, but I didn't get it fast enough. But we are still able to chase down and get this caulifla and take some damage on tower as well. I like to go with Super Snowball on Goku because I actually don't know if the other card for Swift Strike counts when you use your instant transmission. That might have to be something that I experiment with. If you know, then let me know in the comments, but I'm going to keep going into our instant transmission. It is not as overpowered as people are making it out to be. However, it is incredibly useful to be able to just teleport and be the tactician that your team needs at any moment. I can come in and finish fights as needed. I can go to wherever my teammates need help so that they don't die. I can go to towers to be able to defend them easier as long as the character is discoverable. So I can't just go to wherever an enemy is if I have no clue where they are or they're not showing up on the map. The game so far is looking all right. We got a little bit of tower damage over on bot lane, and top lane's looking decent as well. We finally get level 7, and now we're kind of debating on whether or not to get Nappa as camp right here. So I teleport straight into the battle after healing, and that's just the best thing. Even though I don't think instant transmission is as overpowered as you think it might be, it really does help to just put on pressure. It scares people. This is now Dragon Ball Z Five Nights at Freddy's. I do, however, try to go ahead and get the kill on at least one of these characters, mainly the caulifla here, but we are not able to do anything with that. They're Super Saiyan 3 Goku just like me, so they're going to be hitting hard just as myself. So over here, for example, after I die, Zamasu dies, unfortunately, and I have to just walk my butt to the tower. This is a perfect example of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the enemy team using their Super Kamehameha perfectly, dude. Look at this. Hey guys, you see that bright light over there? And he just eviscerates me if I didn't transform into Super Saiyan 3. Just so I can escape, and then I accidentally use Sky Strike, which I didn't even talk about that ability. I tried to use it to get out, however, I think Sky Strike went ahead and locked onto the opponents. I just wanted to be able to get out of the way. You go into the sky for a moment and then drop down on whatever spots, and you can cast the ability again to be able to quickly teleport back to wherever you were when you casted it. You can see right here, this is a great use of instant transmission. I see Zamasu going to bot lane. I see that they just got Nappa, and I'm just going to put my faith in Zamasu as our tank, teleport to top lane, and finish off the job so that we can go ahead and get the kill and get Android 16 in reply to them getting Nappa and attack the tower. And Hit died to our Android 16, which is kind of embarrassing, but you know, that's fine because that means that the Android 16 damage will just go to the next tower. And then I'll rush down to be able to help out bot lane in this fight as well. And as you can see, Zamasu is holding up the best that he can. I decided to go with this card because I like to go into fights with charging or preemptively charging the Super Kamehameha, so I think it will do more damage. You can see here, I'm flailing, bro. Instant transmission is perfect for any scenario, including defensively, so I try to teleport to any one of my allies on the field so I don't have to die here. And I just kind of panic, I'm not gonna lie. And you see the whole party, the entire team on bot lane for the opponents. So I'm over here like, where's my invite? And I just instant transmission and I help to essentially set up a team wipe. If Caulifla here wasn't doing her best to run away from the fight, I think we would have done it, dude. I felt so cool here. But this push is pretty great. I didn't talk about the ultimate ability. I do think that this guy's ultimate ability is insane. I used it for Android 16. That's why I decided to put my level up into it after going to top lane the first time. The only problem with the ability is that you might have noticed you can't use it unless you're Super Saiyan 3. And therefore you can't get it or make anything of it until you transform. And that's unfortunate because I think this ultimate is also overpowered. It's essentially just a moving spirit bomb. It does all the damage that it would do to you instantly. In fact, here's me using it on Jocko right here to be able to take him, and he's just eviscerated. And I'm pretty sure the ultimate is only on level 2 right now. But essentially this isn't a wash, but man, did we do excellent here. You can see even here, once I see that my teammates take out the tower, I'm just straight, I don't even know, I'm just straight eviscerating this guy over here from getting away and getting to our tower. And then I realize I'm getting overpowered. So I try to teleport away. I put myself in a bad scenario and I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to go back and decide to defend this tower just in case we have any backdoor users to take our top lane, and Hit decides to help me as well. I see that Deborah is fighting and that he is definitely going to lose, so I decide not to help him until I see that our opponents are separating. So I go to one of them and I'm like, bye Kale, I think this is it for you. And so once the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on their team tries to fight me, it's too late. I'm just too strong. But after all of that, we break the last tower and I'm like, I think I deserve this Dragon Ball. So I promptly take that. And so of course, we're going to get our first MVP.
No mortal on this plane can defeat me.
You know what? He's got a really cool skin on, so I'm gonna give it to him. Deborah is my favorite character in this game. So you know what? I wanted him to have it. But you can see with the stats, we did fantastic. He just did a little bit better than me, I guess. We go into another match and we have Cooler and Hit on our team with Bojack, which if you're a good Bojack, you can really end an entire team, bro. He has really unique abilities and I really like how he works. And we go into the fight and I'm feeling good until I see Bojack just take my lane. I really wanted to be set up with the Cooler. I would have imagined that it would have been an unstoppable pairing, but you know what? I guess I'll go with the Hit because if it's a good hit, then you know what? It will be fantastic. And I just gotta hope that this Hit actually knows what he's doing. Because I won't lie, I don't even know what Hit does. I haven't unlocked that character. I just spent money on this game and I'm not trying to spend more. So in this match, we see that we get cloud cover. So I'm using that to go ahead and go towards the Kai, but I also want to see if I can get a character here. And would you look at that, a wild Maju appeared. So I just let him take all of it, no pause. Actually, no, we're gonna pause that. But Hit is able to finish the job as he should, because that is, you know, a canonical hit. And as usual, we're going for our right click and our instant transmission first, just for good mobility and for great fight starters. I play a little careful here because Hit is really scary to deal with, because again, I don't even know completely what he does either. And also, Maju can literally just one-shot you if he knows how to time it well. I tried to teleport to Majub here, and that was kind of stupid of me. I thought Zeno was already there. Clearly, he was not. So I help hit to get rid of the Majub after. I try to help him with this hit, but it's not going to work. And he sees me charging up the Kamehameha, and that's going to be it. That's the only thing. If they can predict that you are charging the Kamehameha, especially now because that is the simplest thing to do to get ahead in the fight, they will predict it, they will use their Vanish Step, and it will be easy to just go behind you and give you back shots and just take advantage of your character. Here I'm trying to teleport to hit, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't have any clue why it wouldn't let me. I thought allies would always be able to be instant transmission too, but I just fly up there after getting a little bit of experience. You can see here that I'm trying to predict the enemies to come by so that I can hit them with the Kamehameha, and Hit is going in to try to bait them out for me, and this is actually hilarious. Look at how Hit is, bro.
Goku! Goku, shoot him! Goku! Goku, what are you doing, Goku?
Hit is able to get him close enough, and I am able to shoot the Kamehameha to be able to secure the kills. We try to chase down Maju, we don't get him. You can see that instant transmission to him, and I don't use the Kamehameha right after. If you combo instant transmission into Kamehameha whenever you specifically teleport to an enemy, it will immediately do the full charged one. However, you still need to have the ability ready. You can't just shoot it even though you don't have the ability charged up. So if it's in cooldown, you can't just cheat it. Anyways, Hit is doing an amazing job. I think that comms in this game is another thing that needs to really be worked on, but he understands what the plan is, bro. Bait them out, make them think they're about to get the kill on Hit, even though he has incredible movement. So overall, we're doing fantastic on top lane. Bot lane is suffering a little bit, but they got cooler. So I'm pretty faithful that they got it. Bojack, what are you doing? What are you doing? Bojack, what are you doing? The bottom lane is literally about to get attacked right now. What are you doing? And so this is the other thing that is great about Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I can fight stupidity. Because for some reason, Bojack thought to himself, rotating would be great here. And I don't understand why. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a professional MOBA player. I don't know why he wouldn't have stood with Cooler, because they could have easily killed. Cooler was doing numbers on these two. So I decide I'm gonna do Bojack's job and teleport to him and literally get the kill on both of the bot lane characters. And we're going to proceed to get the tower. But now that I see that all four of us are on bot lane, I'm like, this is kind of silly. We should probably move to top lane, and the Hit understands that as well. This is the best. This is the best Hit that I've played with all the way up to this moment. But for some reason, everybody decides, hey, we should go to top lane. And so I'm like, you know what? If we're going to do this, y'all better get Android 16. So I'm charging and I'm waiting on using my Super Kamehameha, kind of like an ultimate, to be able to steal Android 16, and it works. We did use our time really wisely there. Unfortunately, the Hit on bot lane is going to take our tower along with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And so after I take care of this Majub, I decide to teleport straight to Super Saiyan 3 Goku as soon as he is discoverable. And here is the Super Kamehameha. And little did I know, my team did fantastic with taking care of everybody else, because we got a team wipe. I'm telling you, this stuff does not happen, bro. It does not happen often at the very least. And it shouldn't, because for you to get a team wipe in this game, everything has to go wrong all at once at the same time, and it's not sensible. And so I see that we're attacking. I see that top lane needs a little bit more help because Cooler and Bojack went to bot lane by themselves, and I go with Hit to be able to just drop bodies. And unfortunately, I get chased down by Hit and Vegeta, and I'm like, I think they're gonna drop my body. I do get out of that alive. In prediction of them chasing me though, I am charging the Super Kamehameha because y'all don't want to see what happens when I let this shit rock, bro. Y'all don't want to see what happens. Couple things going on in the map. We are doing fantastic right now. Hit and I are defending top lane since we are on defense, and we're fighting for middle camp. I think Rebrian is the one who's available right now, but something makes it so that our teammates have to run away, so I'm thinking that they're getting overpowered. However, it doesn't matter because I teleport straight to Majub to be able to fight on the bottom tower and take it. I wasn't able to. I thought Hit would have been able to actually finish off the job, but I think he just realized that that was a tough situation. After all, I did die. So, I mean, I think that was just smart on his part because afterwards he is able to take top lane, runs to bottom lane, and he's able to take bottom lane as well. And you know what I think to myself? I think to myself, is this instant transmission that I have? Oh wait, our bottom lane is getting attacked. I'm gonna throw this Dragon Fist, make sure I kill this Super Saiyan 3 Goku because he could never be like me. And then I'm like, now's a good time to join the party. And I realized that Bojack's definitely gonna take this Dragon Ball, so I'm like, maybe I can get one more kill and let Bojack think that he's the best one on the team. And while that first part certainly isn't true, I will say that this man's animation for getting the Dragon Ball is honestly top 3. This is awesome, bro. Look at this man's traps. Anyways, this time I'm sure I was catching bodies. I have to be MVP, and of course I am. Look at me, bro. I am Super Saiyan 3. This is to go even further. I'm sorry, Sean Channel. I would never disrespect you like that. We go into a third match, make sure that we get Goku, and it looks like we're rocking with a Gohan, and I'm not gonna lie, I think Gohan would do excellent with this character. And so I decide that we're gonna go top lane. We're actually going to work with him. I think a lot of the support effects that Gohan gives and gets is actually incredible, and I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku would work the best with it. You can also see for my support, I'm consistently picking Nail. I just think it's really good for these fights because I am going to be really aggressive preemptively going into fights. I do have the new support Major Metallitron that breaks an area of rubble or whatever is in your way, and I can see how that could be maybe a bit useful for whenever you have the wall steam buns, but in reality I just don't think it's going to be a really great use of your support, especially over what the other supports can do. But anyways, we go up here with Gohan. That's my son for real. And the same strategy is what we're doing here. We're hiding, we're charging the Super Kamehameha, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. You saw that one of the Frieza soldiers got knocked towards us, which means that our opponents are more towards the left than downwards. So I'm aiming it over there. However, Gohan goes over there and then sees that there is nobody immediately in that area. So I position myself to aim downwards to be able to get the Kai and stop them from trying to get the Kai at the same time. And we do just that. I try to teleport into the middle of the battle to get Gohan out of there, but he remains aggressive. Baby young body. He's going to escape inside of the other Super Saiyan 3 Goku to be able to get out of the fight alive. That was smart on their part. And don't even dare to try to attack the tower. Oh, and I lied. I'm sorry that I lied. You can see both of us ready to charge our Kamehamehas. He decides to go ahead and let his go off first, and then I actually don't know where he goes. I think he went into the clouds. He just kind of disappeared after that. Either way, I don't think that we're going to be winning any fights very soon, so we just decide to farm, take Kai, and decide that going for tower isn't the priority right now. But anytime they get a little bit too close to our tower, we're just letting it rock. Baby manages to get a good hit off on us. However, I don't think that they're going to be able to escape this one. Baby young body hides inside of Goku, but Goku decides to try to fight to take out at least one of us. He tries to take out my son, my own flesh and blood, and I'm not gonna let that happen. So I let the Super Kamehameha go off, and we are able to take him, but Baby, being the parasite that he is able to escape with his life. More farming. You can see right here, this is a perfect example of you want to be able to start off fights preemptively. It's much harder to dodge an attack like this Kamehameha that can be redirected when you're closer to the character instead of further away, because when I turn, I'm going to be able to get to you way quicker if I turn while you're far away from me versus when you're right next to me and behind me, and you can move faster than my beam. So be careful about that and make sure that you are aware. Make sure that you know how to cancel out your attacks. We do kill Goku here, and it's not looking like we're gonna get baby until I realize that my child is my son, and he knows that he is his father's son, and we get baby too. I love to see it. And we're gonna go straight towards 16 because we are free to get him, and we're taking 16 out as well. So that will definitely be the end of the bot tower. That is until our teammate actually takes bot tower and Android 16, and we're already ready to transform. I'm making sure to play safe because Gohan is better with someone. He is way better with someone, so I do not want to have to put Gohan in a stressful situation. You can see that in this next fight, I'm eating this Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Kamehameha, and you might be wondering, why am I not dodging? I'm not gonna lie, I could have done better, but I was just waiting for one of them to get a little too close and then get blasted with it, because at this point, the explosion radius, or the, I guess, gauge, whatever you want to call it, of the Kamehameha is almost undodgeable, especially from that distance. And so we let it off on baby, kill Goku, and then are able to proceed with baby right after. We then finish off the tower, so I'm like, hey, our opponents are dead. I'm gonna help out bot lane real quick, son. Stay safe, make sure to farm these Frieza soldiers. They don't got it like you. And that's exactly what we do. And we finally get access to our ultimate. We actually really do want to get our ultimate as soon as possible because it can just end fights. And for example, this is how it's gonna end fights right here, because I think that this man just tried to kill my son, and I actually thought Gohan died here, but just letting the level 1 ultimate go off right there just one-shots the other Goku with complete ease. I can see that our team is a little misplaced. Unfortunately, in bot lane, the Caulifla is gone, which means that the tank is gone, but Gohan and I proceed to just wipe the floor with top lane. And Android 18 does go back to defend bot lane from any type of further attack, so I'm really proud of them. And we actually managed to take top tower here. I'm just so proud. Oh my god, that's my son, bro. Been working with me the whole time. He understood that me leaving him did not mean that I was just going to leave him for dead. All it meant was that I had big things to handle. That's why he's my son. We play around this tower. I'm trying to find a good use to get rid of characters, and I noticed that, oh, I don't need to get rid of these characters because my team is just like that. So I'm gonna be a good boy, take care of this tower. I see that baby got killed by Caulifla, so I'm like, you know what, it doesn't matter who takes this Dragon Ball. I want it, but I notice I don't get it. But you know who does? My son. And I love my son. And if anybody deserved that Dragon Ball, it's my son. And the reason I let him have the Dragon Ball is because, go ahead and look at this, bam. I knew I was gonna be MVP. He needs to know who's the real one out here. He's a real one too, and I'm glad he could get his Dragon Ball. He deserves his, you know, he deserves his flowers. But you gotta know who's the greatest one out here. But anyways, that's going to be the last match, and that's going to end it for this video. If you're excited for more Dragon Ball Z Gekishin Squadra, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to see me play this game live, make sure to follow me on Twitch so that you know when I'm streaming, so that you can catch me in these Gekishin Squadra matches. But I will say right now, I do love Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I do think that he is worth it. If you are going to be free to play, then I support that. I was really hoping that free to play would be the move in this game as well, even though it is already, you know, free. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.